Hello and welcome. If you're new to crypto in France, this is your fast track to understanding blockchain the right way, without hype or gotchas. I've coached over 1,000 beginners here, tried every course I could find, and the same pattern keeps showing up. People who grasp the fundamentals make fewer mistakes, pay fewer fees, avoid scams, and move with real confidence. AMF and EU MiCA guidelines point to the same truth. Self-custody, transaction verification, and decentralization are what separate those who thrive from those who get burned. When you understand the basics, you can genuinely be your own bank. In the next few minutes, I'll give you a clean, practical understanding of the 5 pillars that matter most: keys and wallets, decentralization, transparency, costs, and risk. And a simple, France-friendly learning stack that won't cost you €1 to start. I've tested every tool myself, and I'll tell you exactly where to begin. The goal: feel the difference within a week and protect your capital before you risk a single centime. Quick hits up front. Absolute beginners, start with Ledger Academy. It's free, available in French, security first, and pairs nicely with a Ledger Nano when you're ready for self-custody. For a rigorous foundation, audit Berkeley X blockchain fundamentals on edX for free. Add the certificate later if you want it. Curious about smart contracts? Do Crypto Zombies. Then open Remix in your browser and push to the Sepolia testnet. Seeing your own transaction land makes gas and signatures real. Mindset shift. Success in crypto isn't about timing the market. It's about knowing how the engine works, so you avoid the traps that drain beginners' accounts. Invest 20 to 30 hours in solid education, and you can save hundreds of euros in your first year through lower fees, better platform choices, and steering clear of scams. Let's build that engine. First, keys and wallets, the foundation of trust. Ownership is controlled by public key cryptography. Your public address is like your IBAN for receiving. Your private key, or its human-readable backup, the seed phrase, proves you own the funds. If you don't fully understand keys, seed phrases, and signatures, you're gambling. I've seen smart people lock themselves out by confusing a password with a seed phrase or storing it online. A shocking share of Bitcoin is lost forever due to poor key management. Don't let that be you. Practice. Create a fresh wallet. Write the seed phrase on paper, verify it offline, and store duplicates securely in separate locations. Learn what a passphrase is versus a PIN. Try signing a message so you see how a signature proves ownership without revealing your private key. When this clicks, you stop relying on trust and start verifying. Keys understood equals assets truly owned. Second, decentralization. Why this system is resilient. No single entity controls the ledger. A global network of nodes reaches consensus, so there's no central off switch and no single point of failure. In France, AMF-registered providers, PSANs, are great for onboarding and compliance. Use them, but build self-custody skills so you're not stuck if a centralized service pauses withdrawals. Fun exercise. Visit bitnodes.io and check how many Bitcoin nodes are running in France right now. Those dots make decentralization real. Core idea: decentralization equals censorship resistance and resilience. Third, transparency and immutability, the open book. Every transaction is recorded forever. Anyone can verify transfers, token contracts, and balances using a block explorer. Think of explorers as the Google of blockchain. On Ethereum, Etherscan shows transaction status, nonces, gas, etc. And contract code. On Bitcoin, mempool.space gives a live view of pending transactions and fee levels. I help users recover from stuck transfers by checking the nonce and replacing a transaction with a higher fee, or confirming funds went to the correct contract. You can do this too. Look up your address, trace a token contract, and confirm that what you sent actually landed. It's a verification superpower and a reminder that public ledgers aren't private by default. Fourth, costs and performance. Gas optimization. Fees are a market. When networks are busy, you pay more. On Ethereum, EIP 1559 introduced a base fee that rises with congestion plus a priority tip. Most beginners overpay because they don't read network conditions. 5 minutes of education can save you hundreds. Check the mempool before you transact. If base fees are spiking, wait. If you need speed, pay a reasonable priority fee, not the maximum your wallet suggests. On Bitcoin, mempool.space shows how many satoshis per VByte you need for the next block. On Ethereum, watch the base fee and set a modest tip. People who learn gas basics consistently save 15 to 20% on fees. And remember, nobody outside the protocol can magically bypass congestion. If someone promises instant confirmation for a weird fee or asks you to sign something you don't understand, step back. Fifth, risk management, consensus, finality, and forks. Different chains, different rules. Bitcoin uses proof of work, security from decentralized hash power, and cost to attack. Ethereum uses proof of stake. Validators bond funds and get penalized for bad behavior. Finality means this transaction is effectively irreversible. Until finality, after certain confirmations on proof of work or checkpoint finality on proof of stake, there's a small chance a transaction is reorganized. That's why exchanges wait for confirmations. Understand this and you'll avoid panic during network hiccups and see through too good to be true yields on small, less secure chains. The big point: don't chase returns without understanding the consensus model, validator distribution, and what finality means on that chain. Now, a clean, beginner-friendly learning stack you can start today. Step 1. Ledger Academy. It's free, approachable, and in French. Spend a week on keys, wallets, seed phrases, and self-custody. Even if you don't buy a hardware wallet yet, these lessons give you the mental model you need. Step 2. Berkeley X Blockchain Fundamentals on EDX. Audit it for free. It's neutral and clear. Great for business leaders and analysts who want rigor without hype. Step 3. Go hands-on with crypto zombies. Then open Remix and deploy a simple smart contract to the Sepolia testnet. Following the steps demystifies public keys, gas, and how transactions are recorded. Watching your own transaction land on a block explorer is a game changer. While you're building, a few habits will save you money and stress. Verify the token contract address before buying. Impersonation tokens are everywhere. When sending, do a tiny test transaction first. If fees are high, check mempool.space for Bitcoin or a gas tracker for Ethereum, and wait for a quieter window. Use AMF-registered PSAN providers when moving from euros into crypto. Only keep on exchanges what you're actively trading. The rest belongs in self-custody with disciplined backups. Seed phrase written offline. Stored redundantly, never typed into a website. If you feel rushed, stop. Real opportunities don't need urgency tricks. Here's a 1-week challenge many of my students follow. Day 1-2. Ledger Academy modules on wallets, seed phrases, and security. Day 3. Set up a fresh software wallet just for learning. Create the seed phrase offline, write it down, and confirm you can recover. Day 4. Dive into crypto zombies, complete early lessons, and open Remix in your browser. Day 5. Get testnet ETH for Sepolia from a faucet and deploy a simple contract. Then find your contract and transaction on a block explorer. Day 6. Audit Berkeley X lectures on consensus and decentralization. Pause and replay until you can explain the concepts to a friend. Day 7. Practice with explorers. Look up a transaction hash, check its status, confirm the nonce, and watch the mempool. If you're in France, 2 extra pointers. Use the AMF's PSAN list to choose compliant service providers when you need an on-ramp or a custodian. MiCA is raising the bar on consumer protections across the EU, but it doesn't replace personal responsibility, especially in self-custody. The beauty of this space is that trust comes from math and verification. not intermediaries. The trade-off is that you own your mistakes, so we engineer them out with education and simple checklists. To wrap up, remember the 5 pillars. Keys and wallets. Master them and you truly own your assets. Decentralization. Many nodes, no single off switch. Transparency. Verify everything on a block explorer. Costs. Read network conditions and stop overpaying on gas. Risk. Understand consensus and finality so you can judge security and ignore shiny distractions. Start with Ledger Academy, audit Berkeley X, and build something tiny on Remix with the Sepolia testnet. This learning stack will accelerate your progress and protect your capital before you put real money at risk. If you take nothing else from today, take this. Spend a week learning, not guessing. You'll save money and navigate crypto with calm, informed confidence. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.